Welcome back. This is video 2 in the series of the fair collage for these fair images from 2018. The first step you're going to want to do once you get to this point of having a background and then named layers is to go ahead and duplicate this. So you're going to save it. So I've named mine Fair Collage Demo 1. But you want to make a copy of it because once you go in here and start doing a lot of erasing, you might get to a point where you just want to start over and you'll be too far down the road to use your history window. So you always want to come back to a nice version that you can easily start over with. So I've got this saved, but I'm going to go ahead and I can duplicate it or I can save it as a different name. Either way. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this. And then I'll call this, we'll just call it copy 1. And click OK. And then I'm going to drag that out and float this one. And then I'm going to put this one back up on the taskbar. So now I'm working on a copy of it, especially since you'll be doing a lot of practice here. So the next step here is that you can rearrange the way you have all of these images layered. So right now we've got this image of Grace, which is in front of Ms. Andrade and her student here. And so what you could do is take her and move her above Grace, and there she is. So now we've got her there. And then you've got this image here of Nadine, and that's also in front of this image here of Miss Andrade. That one could be moved to the front. And so you can arrange these the way you want before you start erasing these. So that'll be the next step. And you want to make sure that you get it the way you want, because once you start going down the road of erasing, it's really tough to undo all of that. So spend some time getting those arranged, and then it'll be time to go in and start erasing some layers. So now I've got my layers arranged the way I want, and the first thing I'm going to do is go into this image of Nadine and Carolina and friend. And so I'm going to choose that right up here, top layer, and I'm going to erase a lot of this background because my emphasis here is on people. So I'm going to choose that eraser tool. And I'm going to go ahead and start with 100% opacity and the flow at 100%, but use a soft brush right there. Oops, didn't want to do that. Okay, get the size of that brush, and then go ahead and erase that part of the image I don't want. So we're starting to get this nice effect of the pictures below that coming through. And then I can go and do a little bit more work on this a little bit later if I want. But I'm going to go through initially and just get a quick outline of what it is I'm trying to achieve and see how it looks. I want to get rid of this to bring out a little bit more Gus. So in order to do that, I need to click on Grace. There's Grace. And so I'm going to get rid of some of these people here in the background. And we got Gus showing through now. And then I've got Grace over here hiding Ms. Andrade. We're going to bring that out. We've also got her hiding some of this picture of Hoppy and friend. We'll get that taken care of. So starting to come together here. And then after I go through and do that with most of these images, the next step is to lower that opacity and try to smooth it out. These transitions here. A little bit. Go back to Nadine and smooth out some of this here. There we go. So you're bringing Gus in. So the goal is to try to make it look like one seamless image, and that's what you try to achieve here using these eraser tools. And then you start to get a pretty nice looking representation of what took place at the fair. So rather than a bunch of individual images, we're taking a collection of pictures and making them into one. So that's it. Take some practice. If you make some mistakes, like I said, you could go back to the original and start over again. But experiment with that. And so this is a lot of fun with the eraser tool.